Hello everyone. Today we will start our journey toward KAPS. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. I am Ahmed Gad from Alexandria. I'm a pharmacist since 1999. Previously, I prepared for KAPS exam. I finished it. Also, I finished the equivalence exam for Canada, and I finished the Board of Pharmacotherapy, the American Board of Pharmacotherapy. Okay, in our PETC Center, we introduced this course for preparation of KAPS exam. We have an experience in the market more than 3 years previously. We have many of members that joined us, passed from the first attempt. So I'd like to welcome all of you and hope all of you have a good luck with us in this introduction and in this course. Today, we will have a session for introduction to the KAPS exam itself. We will know what is the KAPS exam, what is the content of it, and how can we pass it, the KAPS exam for Australia and for New Zealand also. Okay, then we will see the course, how can we study the content, how can we prepare for this exam so that we can pass from the first attempt. This session will take about 30 to 45 minutes. And after I finish, I will open the discussion for all of your questions. Okay, so first I will make all of you mute. Then if you want to ask about anything, we will open the discussion at the end of this session. What is the KAPS exam? What is the KAPS exam? And what is this exam for? The KAPS exam, it is the knowledge assessment for pharmaceutical sciences. They will assist you about your sciences, your knowledge about the pharmacy, okay? Then basic knowledge regarding to the pharmaceutical sciences and their relation to practicing in Australia. This is the KAPS exam as a general meaning. What is it formed of? The exam itself, we should know the exam itself very well to know how can we study, how can we prepare well. The KAPS exam is formed of 2 papers, each paper having 100 questions. The paper 1 having 2 main topics. Also, paper 2 have 2 main topics. The content of paper 1 will be pharmacology and physiology with a 70% of distribution of the questions regarding to this topic. So the pharmacology and physiology content in paper 1 will be 70%. The other part of the paper 1 is the pharmaceutical chemistry, which represent about 30% of the paper. What about paper 2? Paper 2 formed of 2 topics also, therapeutics, which represent about 70% of the content, and pharmaceutics, which represent about 30% of the paper 2 content. So those are the main topics of each paper. Each paper having 100 questions, and you should solve them within 2 hours. Before we talk about the passing record, let me show you the content of each topic. What is the content of each topic? Firstly, the paper 1, subtopics of paper 1, the pharmacology and physiology and chemistry, pharmaceutical chemistry. Okay, you will need to understand the following subtopics related to biochemical pharmacology, systemic pharmacology, chemotherapy, toxicology, pathophysiology, general physiology. Okay, those are the main content or subtopics of pharmacology and physiology in paper 1. What about the pharmaceutical chemistry? The first one will be the organic chemistry. Organic chemistry, you should know nomenclature, drug classes, recognition, drug class recognition, the reaction types, drug stability, acid-base reaction, and so on. Stereochemistry, also you should know the optical activity, the geometrical isomerism, the conformation. Physical and inorganic chemistry, the kinetics, acid-base reactions, and phase equilibrium. Analytical chemistry, some points about the spectroscopy, redox reactions, and assay techniques, biochemistry, the nomenclature and the structures of the biochemical products and the reactions, biochemical reactions and biochemical pathways. Also, one of the very important topics, which is structure-activity relationship, the relationship between the chemical or the 3D structure and the biological activity, the medical or the medicinal chemistry, the structure. You should know the structure very well. If you have any structure, you should connect this structure with its drug or the group of the drug. So you should know the drug, the mechanism of drug action, modern drug development, absorption, distribution, and elimination of drugs. Finally, the drug metabolism, which is a very important topic, and they focus on this topic in the KAPS exam. They ask many questions regarding to the metabolism, regarding to the enzymes of metabolism. The interaction happened due to this metabolism. Okay, those are the content of paper 1. Let us see the content of paper 2, subtopics of paper 2. The first one will be physical pharmacy, regarding to the pharmaceutics. Okay, regarding to the pharmaceutics topic, we have the physical pharmacy, the solvents, type of preparations, solutions, suspensions, emulsions, and so on. Biopharmaceutics, that is solution, drug absorption, bioavailability and bioequivalence, drug interaction with biopharmaceutical bases, the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. It's a very important topic also regarding the all parameters of pharmacokinetics, starting from absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion, and the parameters of them. Okay, pharmaceutical microbiology regarding to the preservation, antimicrobial agents, and sterilization technology, the formulation of the drugs, okay, formulation of the drugs of various routes of administration, controlled release preparation, evaluation of particular dose formulas, okay, the dose forms including drug products, constituents, and substance used as excipients, combination compounds. The next topic, which represents about 70% of the paper, which is the therapeutic. Under the therapeutic, we have also many topics. One of the very important topics is the calculation, which make some headache for some members. We will study it with a very easy way to solve it easily. The calculation regarding to many topics like dilution, percentage, densities, sensitivity of the balance, proportion, isotonicity, milliequivalence, buffer solutions, and so on. Also, the pharmacokinetic calculation is an important topic regarding to this. The next one will be posology and dose determination, the appropriate dosage for common medication. Many questions regarding to this point in the exam, asking about the dose of some drugs. The medicine choice is demonstrating an understanding of the clinical process used for choosing the most appropriate drug for the presenting patient and their condition, surgical dressing, applications, and associated drug delivery system, adverse reaction of drug, one of the very important topic also. Drug interactions, know the drug interactions very well. In our course, we will learn how can we know the interaction very easily, even if you didn't read about it previously. Okay? Also, drug information, using information sources to find drug and health information relevant to conditions and disease state, and managing minor ailments for non-prescription product, the OTC regarding to the therapeutics. Also, the relation or rationale over the counter product selection. Those are the main content of the topics that you should study before your exam. And those will be the content of our course. And we will see the actual content and how can we study them under which topics. The important question for us, how can we pass? How can we pass this exam? As you know, this exam is the first step to be a registered pharmacist either in Australia or New Zealand also. So the exam scoring, according to the APC, the official website for the Australian Pharmacy Council, saying that you must complete all questions in paper or papers you sit. The pass of the exam, you need to mark at least 50% in all subsections, okay? And this is a change in the passing record regarding to the exam. Previously, it was 50% of each topic in each paper. Now, you should mark at least 50% in all subsections, okay? And the weight of scoring of each section will be 50% of each paper, okay? So at the end, you need to have an overall mark of at least 50%. Then you will pass, okay? This is a good news for the new versions of the KAPS exam. Another question all of us asking themselves, how can we prepare? Is it a good idea to prepare with ourselves, the self-study? In my opinion, it is a good idea, but you will face many obstacles regarding to this self-study. The sources of the study, there are many sources, all of them are available, but which source you will choose and which type of information you will choose from those sources, okay? It's a big problem, okay? And if you choose certain sources, do you have a time to choose that which topics you will study and which will not? What is the important information from each source? It's a very difficult to know that. And also you don't have a time to do that. Most of us are working in their country, so they have no time for this. This need a huge time or a big time. Another thing, if you want to ask about anything, if you don't understand any topic, so how can you solve this problem? Okay, so that in PETC we produce the course that solve this problem for you. You can join our course. We provide you the following: 36 online lectures which are recorded and presented on the website. We have an official website specific for this PETC center, having all the content of the course. You can attend the online lectures with us like today. And also you can listen to those lectures from the website. You will have an account, your own account, containing the course, containing all materials of the course, open for 10 months. So you can listen to any lectures at any time you want. Not only that, after we finish the 36 online lectures, we will have revision, 9 revision lectures. 4 of them are big revision lectures containing more than 100 questions, and 5 of them are small. The whole content of the revision, about 700 MCQ from the previous exam, which is an important point, from the exams happened previously, so that you will know the idea of the questions. You will know how they will think about the questions, so that at any question that you will have in the exam, you will solve it easily. Not only that, after each lecture that we have, I will produce and introduce some questions regarding to the previous exam. So we will be very close to the exam. Also, after each chapter, we will have a test regarding to this chapter, contain some questions from previous exams also, okay? Finally, we will have the mock test before the exam time. This mock test is mimic the exam, mimic the real exam. So you can solve this test as you are in the real exam and you will feel the real exam. This will help you so much when you go to the real exam that you will solve it very easily. Okay, now let us see what are the content of our course. We will have 36 lectures distributed in 10 chapters. The first chapter we will have will be the pharmacology and the CNS, Pharma Introduction and CNS. We will start the first lecture on the coming lecture with Introduction to Pharmacology and Autonomic Nervous System. Then we will have another 3 lectures about CNS disorders and treatments of them, like schizophrenia, Parkinson's, mood disorders, epilepsy. Those will be covered on 4 lectures. Then we will have the CVS, cardiovascular system, congestive heart failure, hyperlipidemia, arrhythmia, hypertension, thromboembolic diseases, coronary artery disease, and pulmonary arterial hypertension. Those will be covered within 4 lectures. The next one will be the chemistry, which is one of the very important chapters. Chemistry will cover all topics or most of the topics that needed for the chemistry in the exam. This will be covered within 3 lectures: organic chemistry, stereochemistry, heterochemistry, and pharmaceutical chemistry, the structures. Many topics included inside this chapter. The next one will be the calculation calculation, which make a headache for many person, we will make it easy. We have very important target for calculation problem. Our target is to solve the problem by an easy and fast way. Okay, in your exam, in paper 2, mostly you will have calculation problems between 12 to 20 questions. So you need to solve them within a limited time in order to save your time for other questions. Okay, so we will learn how can we solve the questions within a very short time, within maximum 1 minute, with an effective way. So we will simplify the topics very well. We will show you how can you solve the questions within the required time to reserve your time for other questions. By this strategy, paper 2 will be more easier. Okay, we will have many topics like dilution, mixing, dosing, molarity, milliequivalent, milliosmoles, tonicity, and kinetics. The next chapter will be pharmaceutical sciences. We have 5 lectures containing many topics like pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, drug-drug interactions, pharmaceutics, and toxicology. Then we will have the medicinal sciences. We can take to the anatomy and physiology and some topics about histology, the different body system anatomy, and hormones and the endocrine system, biochemistry, and some other topics. This will be covered in 3 lectures. The microbiology and immunology, the microbiology, antibiotic, we have a specific lecture about antibiotic, antifungal agents, antiviral, immunology, vaccination, and genetics. The new version of the course contains an information about the coronavirus or COVID-19. The next 2 chapters regarding to the therapeutics, chapter number 8 and 9. So we can collect them in 1 chapter. Okay, we have many topics like otocoids, pain management, GI disorders, diabetes, asthma, renal diseases, hepatic diseases, chemotherapy, and gynecology. Those will be covered on 8 lectures. Then the last chapter will be the OTC. Here we have 2 lectures covering most over-the-counter products regarding to the conditions like dermatological conditions, eye and ear conditions, dental, common cold, cough preparations, constipation, and the laxatives, diarrhea, and some other topics regarding to this OTC. Okay. Finally, we will finish with the revision. 4 main revision lectures, 2 of them having the most recent recalls from the previous exams, and other 5 small lectures containing also previous exam questions. Okay, those will be the content of our course. Now, how can we register to the course? I think most of us registered already to the website, the www.newptech.com. Okay, register with your email. Then you'll have an account, and after purchasing the course, the course will open directly to you in your account, and you will have the WhatsApp group that we communicate through to receive the live lectures. And also this group will be for our discussions about the topic. And if there is new updates and anything regarding to the course, we can discuss through this WhatsApp. This is my presentation about the KAPS and the course. Now it's time for you. It's time for your question. So if you have any question regarding to what we discussed, please raise your hand and open your mic and ask about it. I think I covered everything you want to know, and for sure I'm available for any question if you want. So you can contact me through this WhatsApp number. Okay, so you can contact me directly if you want any other question regarding to the course or regarding to the KAPS. Okay. Last thing, I would like to thank you so much for your attendance today, and I hope we will have good luck for all of us, and see you in the first lecture